As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa Alaykum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakat.
I'm Yasmin,
I'm Fatu.
and you're listening to
The
The
silent.
Silent Path. So today's gonna be a very much needed episode. Like when we say this, it's like okay, we're actually spreading the light.
Heavy on this. This episode is something where I'm really going to enjoy, and inshallah, may you guys all
Oh,
benefit from it.
oh, okay. Well, our ancestors won't be too happy, but like, dommage, too bad, so sad, I guess.
Not just our ancestors, our relatives, even.
Listen, I only care about Allah SWT Ta'ala's opinion. So
Heavy on
listen.
this.
Anyway, so today's episode we will be going more into depth about our backgrounds and having a chat about our beautiful similarities and unique differences. It's very important to be educated on different cultures around the world. The more educated you are, the harder it is for someone to tell you false information, okay? This goes for many things in life. Many things in life. So use that sentence thanks to my French teacher, Madame Poulin, shout out to you. She told me this, told us this. But anyway, especially these days, there tend to be a lot of hate towards certain traditions.
Heavy on this. So, my favorite Malian tradition is gift giving. In my knowledge, Sonican people were very much gift giving people. When you walk into a Malian's home, you'll leave with either food like fonde, mafe, acheke, when you go inside, like you're gonna be when you leave, you're gonna be leaving stuffed full with things in your hands, like either fabrics or money
Mm-hmm.
even. And it was a very common practice or thing that they do in terms of our culture, and it's very beautiful because it's like a love language of the culture. I find it to be beautiful, and Islam encourages kindness and giving to your sister, brother, what you want for yourself. So I love how it can tie into it spiritually, because it goes to show how beautiful and kind, our culture can be to others.
Heavy on this. That's very beautiful. In Arab culture, it's very similar. Like something that I love about Arabs is that we're so generous. Actually, I love this. I feel like it's so beautiful. Like, let's say my aunts the other day they came to visit me here, and they got me like Moroccan sweets from Morocco itself. Mind you, I haven't been to Morocco in like a really long time. Speaking of aunts, we something that I love a lot is how much we value family. Okay, listen, even when we have been apart for so long, the bond still stays strong because at the end of the day, we all have things to do. Okay, we're all spread out. Like my family, I haven't seen them for a while because they're not with me currently. Like they're back in UAE, but I miss them so much. Usually, when we are together, though, we eat as a family, like sit together as a family, like sit on the floor, eat together, and sometimes we even sleep as a family, depending on the household and everything. But we honestly tend to take this for granted, though, because Islam emphasizes how important family is. It obviously doesn't mean that you accept whatever disrespect because no, like that's just not how it works. But the Prophet Muhammad SAW said the one who cuts off the ties of kinship will not enter paradise. Now this is serious. Okay, when we say this, you're like, whoa, am I going to hell? Like if a family member is disrespecting you back to back to back and everything, and you let's say it's an aunt, right? You try to guide her, you told her I don't like this, you try to communicate, but especially African Arab, like just even like Desi households, communication, you'll be like, what's that? But you tried, okay? You're trying to be more healed, more halal, more, whatever. It didn't work. You low key have the right to still distance because what about your nafs? You know what I mean? But don't completely cut ties off, okay? So it's very important to be grateful though, because especially many others, like let's say for the children of Jannah, which the children in Gaza, they wish to bring their family back to life. They wish to be able to drink water. They wish to be able to hug their mother for the last time. We take this for granted so much. Even not just in Gaza, even in Africa. Like let's say in like defavorized places, like when I say defavorized I mean like where there's like civil war or whatever. Let's say Sudan, whatever is going on in Sudan right now is so sad, and I do believe we should all spread awareness. So we should be more grateful because once we have something and it's so normalized to us, we tend to believe like, oh, okay, it's whatever, like I deserve this. But like No, bro. Like, be grateful before it's taken away from you, okay? And I'll be the first one to say that, listen, I'm not Miss Family Guy, okay? Like, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm with my family 24/7. I'm the first to call. No, no, no. Like, I'll be honest, I'm a reserved person. I mind my business. Like, when it comes to everything in life, I'm just trying to do me, you know. But I haven't cut anybody off. I'm just on my grind. I'm not saying like I be here and there, but like, you know what I mean. I got things to do too, and they have things to do. But like, whenever we do talk, mashallah, I talked to them the other day. It was really beautiful. I missed them a lot. It was really funny. You know, it was actually really, really funny. You know, my mom was feeling generous. She decided to call everybody that day. So, yeah.
A tradition that we are not fond of in Mali, the caste system, not even just Mali, but like in West African culture, I despise it. It is something that is discouraged in Islam, but still, many of our relatives think that it should be used to determine for their child who and who they should not marry. Because one is a hore and one is a come or a lower part, they cannot marry each other. It's ridiculous. Or marrying outside of the culture too. Like, may Allah make it easier for all of us. And the ones ongoing this problem with their relatives, may He grant you righteous spouses, even if you have to cross these caste bridges to get them. And it's like, it's so important because it's like, how sad is it that your spouse is being determined by your family member because based on this system that has been what there from like 1,000 years ago. And like when it comes to like certain things in our culture, culture is beautiful, yes, I'll give it that, but these certain traditions are what makes a lot of kids derive from their culture and what makes them not follow it, because how there they use something that is not only discouraged in Islam. No, that's the only point. The fact that it is discouraged in Islam, the fact that it's something that Islam does not even honor, yet they use it like it's nothing. Yet it's used to stop certain marriages from happening, love from two people. And we wonder why there's so much of our generation get into haram relationships because they don't have the choice to marry the one that they feel they can because based on like where they came from or based on what their parents feel they should marry. And I think that's something that's so sad.
Yeah, I agree completely. Like, it's a no, you know. Something that I don't agree with in, like, let's say in Arab culture, it's like I hate how women are made to be small. Okay, as I said, it's not all. Like, honestly, like, if you really meet, like, if you truly have a healed Arab family, and I say healed or whatever, that's just like very woke or let's say religious, they know better than that. I'll be the first one to say this, right? Because like in certain traditions, especially like if it's an traditional Arab, okay, they're perceived as someone that shouldn't make any noise. You know what I mean? Like small, fragile, petite, weak, whatever. But I completely disagree. Like, yes, women can be soft, nice, you know, depending on the type of woman you are and just in general. But there's a difference between someone shutting off our lights and just us being a certain way. Okay? I believe that we are meant to be fierce, loving, and courageous. Okay? Just take a look at the Prophet's, peace be upon him's wives. Okay, let's say Aisha radiallahu anha, for example, she was feisty yet very educated. Okay, Khadija radiallahu anha was a literal business woman. Okay, so we are way more than just a wife. Okay, way more than just that. We have dreams. Okay, we have personality, we have a mind, we have so much potential. We are literally women. What an honor it is to be a woman. Like, honestly, you know what I mean? Like, if your dream is to stay at home, live that dream. No one is stopping you. If you want to be a stay-at-home mom, no one should stop you from this. Obviously, it is recommended to at least get an education just in case something happens, you know what I mean? But that's just for precautions, right? But if you say to your husband, I want to stay home, take care of the children, cook and everything, like that's what I always wanted to do. I have joy and peace in doing this. No one should stop you. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said it's okay, who who is anybody else to tell you otherwise? Okay? But if you wish to study for years and everything, let's say you always wanted to become a dentist, it's been your dream job as a kid, you know what I mean? Do that as well. As I said, no one is stopping you. It's your life, and never forget this, okay? Mind you, Islam is a religion of peace, okay? It's perfect. MashaAllah, tabarakallah, alhamdulillah, we are Muslims. Allah really blessed us. This is something we take for granted, you know? Allah blessed us with Islam. How lucky are we, okay? Culture, as I said, makes us unique, okay? But it's not perfect. Like, certain traditions are harmful and even worse, haram. In Morocco, like, there's some people that literally do black magic. And listen, if you know me, there's one thing that okay, not one thing, but I do not play about black magic. Like, I do, don't even try me. Don't e- don't even try me, because like I don't even play about black magic, okay? Mind you, I'm Moroccan. But it's not a tradition to do black magic. Well, I hope not anyway. But it's still something that's practiced, which is honestly beyond me. And this is beyond haram, okay? It's shirk and it's disgusting. Islam doesn't allow us to do black magic for our safety and the safety of others. I mean, I think it's very, 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 very clear. So, have you noticed how certain doings, like certain ways of our ancestors, are harmful to you, but Islam literally protects you? So, when Allah commands something to be haram, don't sit here and be like, oh my God, why? Everything's haram. Yada, yada, yada. That was the say. I don't know if people still say this, but this was definitely a saying back 2 years ago. Everyone was like, oh my God, everything's haram. Everything's haram. No, 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 no. Allah knows best. If He guides you, please take this guidance into consideration. Follow the straight path. You will not regret it. Not in this dunya and not in the akhirah. Okay?
Yeah, I'll be on this. And it's like, igana foko, mananike. Allah is our own and only creator. What he wills to be bad is bad. What he wills to be good is good. Allah ti fo bure and fo bure. Ifo sire and ifo sire. So you can never go against his words. When it comes to cultural excuses that come up as bida or shirk, or disappointing facts like the caste system, a lot of our relatives fail to understand how bad it falls on them. How dare you try and twist the words of Allah SWT so that it can fit into your little cultural clash, so that it can fit into what you like? Do they not know how bad of a sin this is? Do they not know how bad it can fall on you because you choose to choose culture over religion constantly? And I hate the fact that like when you bring this up, it becomes a big problem. But it's like when it comes to this, just think about how much Allah is happy with you for you bringing up this topic, because it's something that a lot of us fail to acknowledge. A lot of us fail to talk about because it's definitely something that can really shake a room because it's so normalized today to do bida, to do shirk because it's culture, so to say. But some of this is really crazy. There's things that happened in the past, like a million years ago, that we cannot still take and use today because of the information that we know today about Islam. Okay, like I see this. There was this one. I know it's not related to what we're talking about now, but it was like that one TikTok where it's like when they're doing sin upon sin, but when it comes to pork, they don't eat it, and it's like, and it's like
Yeah.
I don't
Bro,
get
I
the
don't
vision
get
though,
the vision.
but it's I
Like,
just want to.
no, I get the vision. No, like, what I meant is that I don't like, I find this mentality so dumb.
I'll be
Like,
honest.
this is, no, but I get the vision.
Like, you think that once you don't eat pork, as long as you don't eat pork, but you're still sitting on sin and sinning on sin and sinning, Allah's still going to forgive you and let you into the Jannah? No. He looks at every key factor of your life. So the factor of your life where you are trying to put culture over religion, maybe that is the big thing, the one thing that leads you to Jahannam. And astaghfirullah, I hope that no one should ever, ever, ever have to have this happen to them. So just change now,
Inshallah,
so
I
it
mean.
doesn't fall back on you guys.
Heavy on this. Like, honestly, like, I feel like these people, these type of people with this mentality would literally wear a cross necklace and still be like, no, astaghfirullah, I can't eat pork. No, no, like, no, no, no. Like, it's so crazy. It's so like normalized, sadly, that I have non-Muslims telling me this too. Like, I was
Really?
speaking to somebody. Yeah, I was speaking to somebody, and they were like, "Oh, like, I don't like when, like, mind you, they're not Muslim. They're not Muslim at all." And they were like, "Oh, I don't like when Muslims, they be like doing every freaking sin under the sun, drinking, smoking, and but when it comes to
Yeah,
pork,
and then when it
a'udhu
comes to pork,
billah,
I would be like, that she doesn't do.
astaghfirullah." I'm like, are you serious? But I feel like this is such an Arab thing, because I feel like in Arab culture and traditions, we do, like, we take it like the halal thing, we take it too seriously. Like,
Yeah.
you pork, whoa, like. Like no. So I feel like it's usually like I don't know about West Africans having this mentality. Do they?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's very common too in West African culture.
But like yeah, like honestly, like for me, I don't even play about this halal haram thing. Like if it's haram, like just I don't even want to guess. Like I don't even believe in this thing. Like oh, I'm gonna say Bismillah and Allah purifies it. Like what? Like obviously yes, but it's about your attention.
Heavy on
I'm
this.
good. I'm good. You know.
Heavy on this.
But we kind of spoke about at the end like a bunch of toxic traditions, right, Fatu?
Yeah, we did. We spoke a lot about toxic traditions. So let's talk about, some cultural clashes. Let's talk about some cultural clashes that me as being Malian and Yasmin being Moroccan have, to one was vedettes. Not a lot of people be using vedettes.
Vedettes is
I'm
crazy.
serious. This is an
Vedettes.
important topic.
No,
In
no,
fact,
I'm talking about the way you said it. What do
bidet,
you mean
bidet,
vedettes? Bidet.
bidet. It's bidet. It's bidet. We need to bring bidets to the government, okay? Because like they need to understand how important this is. And I didn't know that people don't use it. I really thought that it was like a worldly thing that we all wipe our butts with water. But I guess that
Wipe our butts with water. Wipe with
yes,
water.
but using tissue, just tissue, just like that. Like I was surprised. I'm not really surprised that like my Moroccan sister uses a bidet.
Of course.
Like,
What the? First of all,
it's encouraging Islam too. Like so,
encourages and
yes,
say
sir.
this is the a requirement. This is not encouraged. This is an
The
obligation.
obligation.
No, because something we don't play about in Islam is hygiene. Like we don't
Having on this,
listen. If you stinky,
it's,
no,
yeah,
no, we
it's
don't
not
play
even
about
meant to
hygiene.
leave traces of water.
So actually, something that I love that I hate here is that in the UAE there's bidets every like it's a Muslim country, so you go out in public, bidets
There's a
everywhere.
bidet.
Bare minimum.
Yeah,
I'm not saying the toilet is like the cleanest. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's dirty either, but I'm not saying like oh it's a public toilet. Be safe. Be safe is insane. But like it's you know what I mean. At least they got bidets, so like I'm not out here freaking getting a water bottle to the bathroom and
you should
dot dot dot
tell
dot dot.
you should tell them how happy I was to see a bidet in the mosque.
Heavy on this. Listen, alhamdulillah. When my first apartment here, I had a bit like it wasn't a bidet, but it was a bidet kind of like it was a toilet sprayer. So something happened, and then and then my mom it's like I got I think a plumber installed the bidet or my mom did it herself. I don't know. So yeah, like alhamdulillah, I have like the whole thing in my bathroom because
Alhamdulillah.
it's a requirement. No, no, okay.
Heavy on this.
Like hygiene is so important. No, no, no.
Get a bidet. Okay? You don't gotta be the fancy ones that she got installed in her toilet.
No, it
Be,
can literally, like, as I said, I used to bring water bottle. Like it doesn't,
yeah,
as she like
it could be the
bidets,
portable
like the
ones.
ones that I have, like to install them, they're mad expensive. Actually, you don't need that.
Yeah,
You just get you like
they have the portable bidets. Like they do.
portable bidets.
Yeah, it's like it looks like a water bottle, but it has like a very long like a very long
Yeah,
like
but there's a name for that.
just
We're gonna
a
call it it's a
portable.
bidet.
Yeah. Okay.
So like there's the one like yeah those bit like
There's also the like I know the ones you're talking about.
yeah like there are many
Yeah,
types of
the
bidets.
African
It doesn't
ones.
have to be the one that comes from your plumbing.
Yeah,
For me, it's just that's how I grew up. So
I'll be honest.
yeah. Um, Next we have eating as a family. Do you like? Do you guys also like eat on the floor too with your hands?
Yes, we do eat with our hands. You
Okay,
know,
but I mean here, like okay, here is insane. In
I think.
UAE, we always like sat on the floor. I remember it was,
Mm-hmm.
especially during Ramadan. No, Ramadan was something different. Like we
I'll be
would all
honest.
eat together and with our hands. Like this is very common in Arab cultures and obviously African.
Yeah,
In Morocco, I don't think we sit on the floor, but we definitely eat with our hands. Like especially when it comes to
yeah.
couscous or like, let's say I'm gonna bring up some UAE terms real quick. You know, like no, okay, this is Yemeni, but we eat it there because like my cousins are kind of like originally from there. Mendi, biryani, like kepsa. Yo, that kepsa from I forgot the name. Sausage is so good. It's scary. Yo, I miss sausage. Actually, they don't have this here. but it's so good. Trust me, guys. Like, I miss Mendy. Mendy is something so good. But anyway, next, go.
Yeah.
What do you have to
I
say?
feel like exactly like even when I was in Mali, like we would be eating we would literally be eating on in a circle on the floor, but it's
Yeah.
like we would have like the little like it's like a little stool. And the first time I went to, to Mali and I don't do I didn't know anything about this little stool. So I was low-key struggling a little bit, but then it was more comforting, like the woman would eat with the woman, the men would eat with the men, and like it was just good, they would be giving me the like slices of meat and stuff like this, and I was like, oh, pretty. But yeah.
Yeah.
The next
Wait,
hashtag
wait, wait.
is
Actually, I have something to add because
women.
you gave me an idea. It's like in
Huh?
Wait, I got something to add because you gave me an idea. Like, it's actually so crazy now looking back. In UAE, we literally had like specific like plastic like wraps, not even wrap. It's like plastic. I don't know. I forgot the word, but it's like a plastic thing that you put on the floor. Literally, like they
Oh
literally
yeah,
sold
it's
those,
yeah.
and I remember. I literally remember the color. It's like red stripes and clear. It was really nice.
Stop. And was it
Yeah,
like made out of like not straw material, but like
for me, it was made
okay,
out of
no,
plastic.
okay, yeah, there's plastic ones, but there's also like okay, never mind.
Like there are other ones that are for the table, but I'm talking specifically you put it on the floor so that when you're done eating,
Yeah.
you just like remove everything, you wrap it together, you put it on the table.
Yeah, and then yeah. Oh my god, that's crazy. Okay, yeah. I
Yeah,
remember that.
like those were some yo, I have deja vu. And when it was really big, we used like because they used to have like the little cuts and dents in it. We would
Yeah.
if it was really a lot of people, we'd do that twice. Like the second cut and dent. Like the first one, okay, it's whatever. We got a little cottage going on. The second one is like, oh, okay, the whole family's eating right now. Okay. Anyway,
So the next hashtag was women being the maids in our culture, and I don't know how it is for Yasmin, but what I know for me in Mali
what?
culture is like I don't know how it is for you guys, but what I know for me is like usually the women would just be doing everything and anything, and it's like usually they're not known to have education. They're just known to live to work, live to birth children, and live
Mm-hmm.
to just do that. And it's like it gets to a point, like in fact, this is insane because
Mm-hmm.
like why should women only be limited to being in the kitchen and doing all the chores and not allowing themselves to get an education? And it's like it's so sad because a lot of the time, like my mom always tells me how she always wanted to get an education, how she always wanted to learn more. And I see how hard she strives to learn more English every single day. And it's like so adorable. And it's like I wish that a lot of our mothers had this opportunity because it could have really been like a nice blessing. And even if they don't have the education, like alhamdulillah for their kids because we be teaching that every single day, and it's nice. So that is from my perspective, that is how it goes.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. Mashallah, tabarakallah. I really hope that your mother gets the education that she deserves. I mean, it's never too late. You know what I mean?
You
Plus,
carry
I'm
on
sure she's
this.
learning everything a lot every day. I'm really proud of her and the woman that she is and the kids that she has raised, except for you. But
Uh, uh
basically, yeah. To be honest, for me, it's a little bit like okay. In my culture, it's not different at all. It's not different at all. Like okay, as I said, like when we say cultures, I don't know about West Africa, but in like Arab cultures, I feel like now it's like more not modernized, but definitely like up to its time. Second, it's not everywhere. Like it is everywhere, but it's not. It depends. Like I feel like like the generation, like the last few generations. Okay, I'm not gonna say generations, but the past few years on Vadir, it's been more like calm. I feel like people are really realizing now, like I'm much more than that, right? But in tradition, it is like that. Like I can give instances where like I was told like, oh, I'm a girl, so I should be like this or be like that. But like I'm much more than just a maid. Like I have a head, I have goals, I have a personality, I have dreams. Like I'm much more than just serving men. But something that I like that we do as well that's like related to henna is like dyeing my hair with henna. Really love this. Like I remember when I was younger, I did I dyed my hair dark red. So my favorite attire or costume, favorite cultural attire is the kuftan. I love how beautiful it is. I think it's something also look kind of unique. Not really, like I feel like us Algeria and maybe like Tunisia. Kuftan's Moroccan. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. We can share the culture though. Like I feel like I'm sick and tired of us fighting about who's who and that. Like can we just love the culture? Like please. Second of all, I love that even though it's simple, like it could be either for a wedding and it's like really nice with gems and a belt and everything, and it could be as well for like, let's say if it's simple, there's still eccentric designs inside, and I love how beautiful that is. You could even be simple. I love as well that it's nice and light, so it's not too heavy on you, and it's something that's really breathable, and it's just modest as well. That's the most important part. Like without the belt, it's modest. With the belt, like that's a different story. But that you be wearing it in your weddings when the men and women are separated, and you can show that body coffee or whatever. So yeah, so that's my favorite attire.
My favorite wedding tradition, and I don't really have a lot, but my favorite wedding tradition is like Yasmin said about family. I love seeing family at different weddings because like everybody be so isolated when there's no weddings. Like you don't really like everybody's like when you're in the West now, because like usually I'm like I was from New York, so in New York, like everybody's just like isolated now. It's not like Africa where you can like walk to like walk to your aunt's house and walk to your cousin's house. Like no, everybody's so far. Anyway, like so your weddings is when you finally get to see everybody again up close and everybody's just laughing, talking. It's nice and I love seeing love happen halal in a halal way. Like I feel like that's so beautiful, especially between in culture. And one tradition that I really adore is the time, like for example, in the Manyo Kompe, when when the parents are giving dua to their daughters. And I think that is the most cherished, most beautiful, most intimate moment is when those tears that you've been trying to hold back. I guess the tears the bride has been trying to hold back since the whole manya compare, since the whole wedding, nikah, it finally starts flowing when the mother and the father is finally sending her off because that is an intimate moment. It's when your parents really start to talk to you from deep, deep within their heart because they know that just that they know that you're not going to be in the family home no more. So I think I love seeing that happen, and I love seeing everybody else giving dua and everything, and everybody sending them off. And then the another thing I love, another thing I love, and I think we all cherish, is when it's time to ask the husband's family for money before we give the bride off. So it's like we be like, raise that price a little bit up. And I think it's beautiful. But of course, we always have to be, nice and kind when it comes to this. Like, don't be too extravagant when it comes to that. But yes, it's like that's one some of my best favorite traditions that be happening in my culture, and I love it. And like Esme said, there's still like usually in a there's these weddings that happen that are like mostly haram to like free mixing and music, and I really don't like that. Like I obviously it's haram, like should be avoided. But I do love when there's family gatherings and like you get to see everybody at once. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. As I said, I'm okay. She was talking about how you should take like making excuses. You should never make excuses for something that's haram. I am so sick and tired
Yeah.
of people making excuses back to back to back to back. Okay, I've had it up to here. I'm done. Like, just take responsibility for your actions. Like, I'm not saying, like, maybe it could be hard at first, yada yada, yada, but it benefits everybody,
Mm.
especially you, in the long run. Mind you, with time, you'll see that you'll feel way better taking responsibility from your actions and doing better with that than just sitting here and making excuses, knowing damn well, deep well in your heart, you're just like,
Whoa. Yeah.
what am I doing with my life? So take responsibility for your actions, whether it's when you hurt somebody, whether it's when you do something haram, whether it's when you make a mistake. Just take responsibility for your actions. You were never meant to be perfect. You don't have to be ashamed for something like this as long as your intentions are pure. Okay. And oh yeah, so like the music still being haram. That's true. I feel like this goes for even Arabic music. Like they'd be like, oh, but I feel like, but honestly, Arabic music, depending on which one, like actually Khaliji music, is not lustful. It's romantic though, but it's still haram because it's a false narrative of love and it could cause heartbreak. Because let's be, as I said, let's be real. Like, sadly, ain't nobody doing all that. Like, especially no man. Okay, so domaj, but it's still haram. Whether it doesn't matter what language it is, if it's not following under the right, let's say halal criteria, and depending on which school you follow, music is haram. Okay. Now, my favorite wedding tradition has to be okay. So in Morocco, okay, I've never seen this. I think in real life, but in Morocco, what we do is like okay, I love Moroccan weddings. I'll be the first one to say this. The only haram thing is the music. Maybe we eat a little too much, but like honestly, like come on, it like there's some certain dishes that not that we only make it in weddings, but it's like let's say from the Judge Muhammad. Listen, if you know, you know. Like you cannot be a Moroccan if you don't like Judge Muhammad. Like I'm telling you this right now. Any Moroccan would agree with me. I think I only met one person that didn't like it, and I didn't even meet her in real life. But I was like, ain't no way, cause like Judge Muhammad on top. But anyway, and usually we do it the fast way at home, like in 30 minutes in one pan. But like when we make it in weddings, we make sure the chicken is cooked in the oven, red and nice
Oh,
and golden. Potato here, French fries, like so like, and what we do is like we have a big plate of that and we put it in the middle and we just slurp that down. So yeah, besides that, like most of the time that like honestly Moroccan weddings are halal, alhamdulillah. um I mean, but a simple nikah is really
heavy on
beautiful though.
this.
That's what I want to do,
Heavy,
inshallah.
heavy on this.
But anyway, one of my favorite things is like let's say like just vibing with each other, seeing all my entire family, because it's real. As I said, we're all busy with our own lives, but like it's really like it's like when we see each other as a family. I mean, like my aunts, my uncles. But when it comes to wedding, man, you're seeing everybody. You're seeing your grandma, her sister. You're seeing some distant cousins, your mom's cousins, their sons and daughters. I'm like, okay, I see the whole village up in here. So that's really, mind you, in Morocco, if you live in the like countryside, everybody knows everybody. So, especially me. I don't know why, bro. Like everybody kind of know me, and I've never met these people. It's because of my mom. Like my mom, when she was younger, she, long story short, she ended up spending a lot of time with the family more than her siblings. So now they just know me. They're like, oh yeah, you're Yasmin. Yeah, I'm like, that's me. Yep, that's me. So stuff like this. I also think there's this one tradition where like the woman is in like okay, not a box, but like in like chair thing. She sits on it and then like four men they lift her up and they just dance around and like she's on her shoulder and everything. I think this is very funny and cool and it's giving royalty, like as we should, because it's the kingdom of Morocco. So
The things that I'm gonna keep in my culture obviously is like eating as a family, the bidets. The things I'm gonna keep out of my culture is influencing the cultural music. Like the ones that are haram, the ones that just basically like I feel like it should just be totally avoided. Like I get that like you guys had that fatigue, I guess, but no, like really, there should be no fatigue. Implement the Quran. Implement if you want the sheets too, but like Quran mostly. And it's like I think the one thing I want to emphasize is not really like a specific thing. It's kind of vague, but it's like it's obviously kind of like, of course, obviously Fatu, but it's like religion over culture, like 100%. Like obviously that's gonna be everybody's like thing, but it's like when I say this, I say that no matter what, even I would look at everything from an Islamic perspective before I ever look at it from a cultural perspective. Like when it comes to just living as a family, I would always look at it Islamically, like how we should eat, how we should dress, how we should do this and that, before I like, look at it culturally. And it's not to say that I'm going to not use my culture. I'm not going to um implement culture into my family's life or my life. Is just to say that Islam comes first 100%. And that's something that we all need to understand. Like, I know went into different points and happy points, but there was also these points where we really want to emphasize, where it's like Islam is literally the like Islam literally emphasizes the way of life, it's into pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's like if you're living a life that's not pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and some of that derives from cultural aspects, then stop doing that. Sometimes it's good to live like what the sunnah says to do. And that's something that I'm always going to let my kids know, inshallah, in the future. So I'm always going to let my family know, inshallah, in the future. And it's like, if I was to keep cultural traditions, I will keep the ones that does not have any harm Islamically. I will keep the ones that, obviously, like I said, bazan, like I said, family traditions when it comes to eating together as a family, when it comes to gift giving, when it comes to learning sonige, language, um, all of this, I would definitely keep that. But the caste system, nah, nah, get that away from me. Get that away from me. When it comes to that, when it comes to just all that
Yeah.
nonsense. Not putting that in there. Like, definitely not. And I think that's really important. And it's like, exactly. And it's like how, like, I just don't understand. Like, of course, I know it's encouraged for like parents to say yes, like if your parents says no to like the person you're gonna marry. And I don't know, something about, I don't want to say false information actually, but it's like at the end of the day, who's the one leaving with the husband? You know, why give off your children to someone they do not want and have them live with that person for the rest of their lives? You know, you are not the one, exactly. You are not the one in the manyo compe. You are not the one in the limo at the end of the day, or like the car, or whatever that's going to like the place. You are not the one birthing the children to a man that you didn't even want to be with. So it's like it goes far from just wanting somebody from a different culture, because I think that's what they think. They just think that we just find them attractive with this and the third. But no, like it's good to have like, I feel like as a Muslim, yes, like it's good to have crushes on people. And like if you see someone you actually like, and it's not like from your culture, and it's not like it's outside the culture and outside this fake whatever caste system thing, it's like you see that they can be a good nasib, but then your parents are like, no, we want you to marry this one, and you have to do, because you obviously obeying your parents, I guess. You do it anyway because of like obeying your parents. Is like, now you're in an unhappy marriage. And I think that's something that you should always consult with the imam, or consult with the ustaz, because it's definitely something that we all should avoid altogether. Be with somebody you actually love, not be with somebody that you was forced to marry.
Things that I want to keep out of my culture is definitely like the toxic. I feel like this is the toxic parent thing, the no relationship type of thing. Like honestly, this me and my daughter, inshallah, I mean, we won't have this type of thing where like I'm her sworn enemy or whatever. I understand that, like, I'm not saying I'm gonna be like, oh, cooler. No, no, I never said this, babes. No, I'm definitely gonna be disciplined, strict, but not too strict to the point where like she's out here doing stuff behind my back. I'm gonna be like, I know exactly how I want to parent my daughter, but I don't think it's the way that I'm gonna be parent. I'm gonna teach her like she can, like, we're gonna spend quality time together and everything, inshallah. I mean, she gonna see what a family actually means, like what it looks like and everything, so that like, you know how they say like, oh, the first impression of a man is her father. Best believe he's gonna do a life-changing impression, okay? Because she not gonna be out here crying over a man that don't even open the door for her. What do you mean? Like, no, no, like she gonna, like, it doesn't even have to be a daughter, even a son. Like, for me, and I'm obviously not gonna make it so that like, oh, if let's say I have a son and a daughter, that like, oh, she gotta do this and that and he just gotta be chilling. Absolutely not. Pick up yourself. I feel like cooking, cleaning, and everything are basic life skills. This is no. What are you, a baby? Get it together. You need to learn how to pick up after yourself. La vie n'est pas simple comme ça, mon gars. Okay? Stuff like this, like just toxic things, I will definitely love to keep eating as a family. This is very important to me. I love eating as a family. No phones on the table. Like, I'm gonna look you in the eye while you're chewing on your phone. We're keeping this eating as a family bonding time. Definitely the wedding thing, I'll definitely do like a simple nikah but have a Moroccan twist to it, for sure. I feel like that would be lovely because, as I said, I love Moroccan weddings. I love my culture. But I'm gonna do it halal. I love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala way more than that. I'll be really honest with you.
As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This next part will be of when Fatu was talking about her keeps of culture, and this is Yasmin's add-ons. It wasn't edited in the video correctly, so inshallah, sorry for the mess up.
It was encouraged. I think it's literally sunnah to marry outside of your culture. It's encouraged to do this. So I don't know since when did we ever start encouraging, like, oh, as you said, it's like there could be two guys. One is literally your nasib, but he's not from the same culture, and the other one's your same culture, but he's low-key kind of sleazy, sluggy, whatever. Your parents will choose, like, if they follow the caste system, whatever, they will choose the guy that comes from the same village, same culture, just because he does that. And I find this small thinking. This is a small minded person. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to insult anybody, but let's be real. Like, what is this logic? You know what I mean? Just because you're some from the same culture, I promise you that doesn't change a thing. Like, people are very open, especially these days, to learn other people's culture. Okay, this is very common. I know people, especially in where we live, the city we live, like, bro, culture is so shared. It's actually kind of hyperbole, like a high. So I would love to marry someone outside of my. I will marry someone outside of my culture, inshallah. I mean, and keep the sunnah alive, inshallah. I mean. So yeah, guys, that was our. I hope you got to know us a little bit more. Now you know where we're from, where we grew up, the culture, what we like, what we don't like, and why. And I hope that you were able to learn about our cultures too, and be like, oh, like we do this too, or like you get to see how our mentalities are, and like, oh, I like the way that you think, I'll adapt this mentality, inshallah. So yeah, I really thank everybody for listening to us. I appreciate for all the love and support that you guys be giving us on the Instagram, the podcast, and the TikTok. We really appreciate it, and inshallah to many more. Ameen. So thank you so much for listening to The
The
Silent
silent path.
قال إنما أشكو بثي وحزني إلى الله وأعلم من الله ما لا تعلمون يا بني اذهبوا فتحسسوا من يوسف وأخيه ولا تيأسوا من روح الله إنه لا ييأس من روح الله إنه لا ييأس من روح الله إلا القوم الكافرون